Hey there, everybody. Welcome back with the Plat. Purplatypus is the name, and welcome to another Battle Road. This time we're doing Imp Battle Road 8. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this one's difficult, and I did this fight 4 or 5 times in a row. Then I went to record a video just not too long ago, and of course, some new RNG introduced itself in the middle of the recording, so I had to throw that video out because I was too tilted to fucking just edit that part out. I was salty as heck. But these battle roads are really hard, but you know what? That's why I really like them. They're just super fun, and they require using these units that are very weak to get seemingly impossible jobs done. So as the team we're using, you can see them on the left side of the screen, all their stats and equipment. You're gonna want almost identical or greater stats in a lot of these things. This is very tight. You need all your ducks in a row. If you have less wisdom on your whatever the Belith lookalike, you're going to need to increase the ability of... I already have like +8 Zapple. You might need to go +10 if you don't get the wisdom. But all these abilities I have are going to be... I think the lowest is like... I have like Frost Breath on this guy here at like +5 or something. And even that I was thinking about cranking up. Chilly Breath. Yeah, that's only +5. And I was thinking about cranking that up to +7 because I was right there. That like the enemy survived with like a 17 HP or something, and I think that would have made the difference. But we got it figured out. I ended up increasing damage elsewhere. I got some awakenings, basically, is what I did. So, Awakening 3 on Imp is super, super important, by the way. Obviously, all the awakenings are important, but you won't be able to do this strategy with an Awaken 1 Imp. You do need that heavy Frizz resistance. But without further ado, let's just do this fight. Hopefully no RNG shows itself, or if it does, hopefully we can... Well, you can't really adapt. This is not one of those adapt and win. This is you have to have everything survive, so RNG means something dies. All right, here. So, this is the setup here. So, these stone statues, this is basically the closest thing this game has had for me so far in a Battle Royale to just a straight-up DPS check. Like, you have to DPS this guy down. You have to just do a ton of damage to him by turn... What, like, turn 3 or turn 4? I don't know. I'll tell you the turn when we get there. Otherwise, he's gonna like wipe your team. And then the statues are gonna come in and everything's gonna get crazy. So you have to kill this guy on the turn that we're gonna kill him in. But it is kind of a 1v5 fight for the first few turns, which is really, really cool. I actually quite like it. This is a very, very fun fight idea. And it restricting your units you use is interesting. Also, so the stone golems don't move turn 1. They don't move turn 2. If you attack them, I think they will start moving. But so don't attack him yet. And Prison Peacock gets 2 moves per turn. So even though in some ways this looks like a 1v5, and it's kind of like a 4v5 because Prison Peacock is kind of 2 units with 1 HP bar because of the 2 actions. But we're just gonna start laying in damage. There's really only like one cheeky move you have to do for this fight. Also very important, like every move we're doing is very precise, just to be clear. This isn't, I'm not winging it. I've done this exact combination of moves many, many times. So I'm not like, oh, let's move him here. I'm moving him here for a specific reason. The reason that unit went there instead of like up here to attack is because we need him to be able to run down next turn, right? So every unit is very specifically in the spot that I want them to be. So make sure if you're using the strat, the thing is that's kind of fun though if you try to edit the strat a little bit, and you'll be able to see why certain things don't work, like I have a bunch of times. Like even like if I move this, I was moving this guy like over here or like up here, and I was moving units around, and it just causes things to it causes AI to change, it causes units to die. So the really vital turn comes on turn 2, and we're actually going to keep this guy here. You might think, why when I move him up, just here, get in position. If you move him here, or if you move him here, you're going to lose because this guy is going to breath down. It'll hit all 3. If you move him over here, he's going to move to the left and he's going to breath down. And then he's in a position we don't want him to be in. So you want to stand right here. And now we'll see exactly what he's going to do. You could maybe move further away, but there's no benefit to moving further away, right? So just stay right there. In fact, moving further away would cause you to lose. So he's going to cremate, and he is going to do the breath down, like I said, but the thing is he's not hitting 3 units, right? And this imp, believe it or not, needs this HP. We actually, as you can see, we have an HP sword on him. There's a reason we have HP and not more wisdom on him, is because he is going to be tanking some damage. And so this turn, we're going to be making a wall. Just keep blowing this guy up. This is a very, very important turn. This is the key. This is like the hardest turn that would be to figure out and solve. So because you're tempted, you want to deal damage to this guy, right? But this is the turn. You're actually going to bring this guy down here. And you're just going to wait. You're going to throw his turn away. You're going to move this down, and you're going to deal some damage. This is the only turn we're going to use the chilly breath, or whatever it is, the breath attack on this guy. So that's why I was hoping to get away without having to level it up, which you do, because you want to keep this wall here. You want to keep this Belith safe, because what Prison Peacock is going to do is he's going to frizz twice. And if he's able to one-shot that unit, we are not happy. And he is able to one-shot that unit, but not here. He's not able to reach him now. And he's not smart enough to use 2 moves to get over there. And so what he's going to do is he's going to use 2 moves to frizz our imp, right? It does 182 damage each time. Our imp has plenty here. And so technically, if I don't have any HP on this imp, he will still survive. He'd survive with like 14 HP. So if you need a DPS check and you need to get a little bit more damage, you can get a little bit more damage here. Like an extra 30 damage. It's not much, but you can get a little bit, which is important. So the thing is, though, these guys can multi-strike, and this is where the key RNG comes in, outside of crits, right? Crits and misses just happen. These guys, these 2 statues have multi-strike. And if your guy only has 14 HP, sometimes they'll use it and they'll just happen to hit him, and then you'll just have to start over. It's not that bad, but like, I'm trying to do a video demonstration. I don't want to have to reload each time to do that. I want to do something a little more consistent. So I just increased his HP, and luckily I still passed the DPS check, but we can see it's very close. Like, very, very little extra damage is going into this. So now this guy's out of the way, we can go ahead and move him up here, get some more damage in. We're going to bring our bro down here. And so these stone statues do something different. Like, the RNG that showed up is I've never seen a multi-strike before, not one time. They always came up and they hit this Drachima. But suddenly they started multi-striking every time, and it started killing my imp, so I had to give him a little bit more HP. So let's take a look here. Obviously, this doesn't kill him, right? It's close. Let's take a look. How much HP do you think this guy has? He has 80 HP. You know what this does? This does, let's see, 125. So we had 40 extra damage out of all of that stuff here. So he's going to multi-strike. Please don't. Okay. Sometimes they get crits. Sometimes they kill the imp. As long as they don't kill the imp there, you're totally fine. So what we're going to do now is we're going to actually bring you down here. They could still do, again, these guys have the most RNG in the entire fight. They could really fuck up our stuff, but we're pretty much okay. They have much less HP, and we're able to focus them down much easier. We're going to go ahead and sizzle. Sizzle will finish them off. And this is an important move because their RNG is so loco. We're going to just move down here, be safe. And we're going to move down here, be safe. Now, we're completely out of range. Even if they multi-strike, it's a 2x3, whatever. It only goes 2 deep and 3 wide. So it's going to be focused on these 3 units, and they should all be able to survive it. And they're not even going to use it. He's going to come up and... Oh, I guess he did. All right. Normally, he'll blast strike there, but unless you get really unlucky with crits or something, or the way the hits land, you should be fine. And so now we're going to come over. We're going to finish the job. I don't need to move these guys over, but it feels a little more dynamic. Now, how much HP does he have? Do we want to finish him off the Imp Battle Road with the Imp? He's at 47. Point is, I could have killed him there, but we're going to wait one more action so Imp can finish his own Battle Road. That was actually surprisingly close. Oh, thank God I didn't fuck it. It wouldn't have mattered. You guys saw that I could have won. But it would have been a lame end to the video to fuck it up just for Imp to feel cool. But there we go. 0 deaths, Imp Battle Road. It's tough. You guys probably saw, look at my abilities. We're going up there. Lots of +8s. Drachima is probably even at +10 on some of his stuff. Drachima is good in a lot of stuff, and he's just like a good free-to-play unit because he has the ability to snooze things. And so I have that up at +10 already, just because I use them back in like Dragon Lord fights and like other shit. Yeah, he's at +8. So a lot of these abilities are really high. The equipment's really good. As you can see, I am using the demon equipment on these guys. And so that's basically because I cleared through the content. I first beat the fight with deaths, and then that's kind of the strategy I recommend. You could probably downgrade the equipment. You don't need it as much as I did. In fact, using something with HP on Imp might even be better. But the reason I used it is, one, it's a little flashy. I was like, hey, I got it. I know people are struggling to get it right now. But also, if you just beat the fight with deaths, and then you go back after you get this equipment, and then you equip it on your creatures, it will make your team quite a bit stronger. So it's not a bad strat to do. But yeah, there we go. How much wisdom does Wackolite have? 258. So actually, only a 2 awaken Wackolite will get you here. You don't need anything else beyond that, right? What does he get beyond that? I think he will get more sizzle potency. But as far as this, yeah, Awaken 2 Wackolite is actually perfectly good. He's at the damage, he's at the wisdom cap for this right now. I think it's 256 with this staff. I don't know, I'm just kind of rambling now. But point is, if you have questions about this, let me know down below. I know these battle roads are tough and there's not a lot of room for error, but that's why I'm making guides on them. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Purplatypus is Purplatypus. Hope you like it. If you do like it, please leave a like, leave a comment, share it with people that play this game. You know, it takes effort to put this much resources into these bullshit teams that clear these battle roads. So repaying the favor is very much appreciated. Thank you so much. See you guys next time.